Friends, in this class, I'm going to discuss with you the next or the third figures of speech, and it is called alliteration. Now, you would be surprised to know what is an alliteration. You might have studied in Hindi grammar Anupras Alankar. In English, it is called alliteration. The repetition of similar sound words, especially the consonant sound words, is called alliteration. In a sentence, in a poem, what does a poet do? Sometimes he or she uses alliteration in the lines to make the poem rhythmic, to make it musical. He or she uses alliteration. The repetition of the same sounds or the same letters in a group of words, two words, sometimes three words, when it occurs in a sentence, that is called alliteration. Consonant sounds, not the vowel sounds. The repetition of consonant sounds, that is, if you leave the five vowels, that is A, E, I, O, U, the left 21 letters of English alphabet are called consonants, and the five A, E, I, O, U letters are called vowel sounds. So I'm talking about the consonant sounds, the repetition of them in sentences is called alliteration. We had discussed why a poet uses figures of speech in poetry to make it rhetoric, to make it perfect, to make it imaginative, to make it of literary value. So, alliteration, you will find it in many of the poems you must have read, and you will have to read it again and again. So, few examples of alliteration are as follow. Water, water everywhere, not a drop to drink. Water, water everywhere, all the board does shrink. The repetition of W sound or W letter in the quick succession of the words in this sentence is called alliteration. The repetition of consonant sounds in quick succession is called alliteration. Water, water, W, W sound is repeated. The next example is Betty bought a butter, but the butter was bitter, so Betty bought another butter. Here you find repetition of B sound again and again. Betty bought butter, but butter was bitter, so Betty bought another butter. Again, she sells seashores. She sells seashells at the seashore. Again, you can find the repetition of sh sound words and s sound word in this sentence. Next example, which is very simple and safer, is Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. You find the use of T sound words twice in a succession. Twinkle, twinkle, the repetition of T sound words, it is called alliteration. You can see another example of alliteration is that she, shy, she, shy, she come to the front gate and open the opening line. Open the opening line means she speaks out the opening lines of some play or some poetry. So you can see the repetition of consonant sounds. The last words may also have the consonant sounds. It does not mean that a word having consonant sound at the end or at the beginning of any sentence. Now, if we see why a poet uses alliteration in a poem, he or she uses alliteration in a poem to bring music like quality in the poem, to make it swift, to make it moving, and we can learn it by heart if a poem does have the use of alliteration in it. The next figure of speech which I am going to discuss with you people is, of course, hyperbole. What is this hyperbole? The spelling of hyperbole is Hyperbole, but please don't pronounce this word as hyperbole, it is pronounced as hyperbole. Hyperbole means exaggeration. Exaggeration. Exaggeration means when you say something in a larger context, when you say something in a larger ways, where there is no limitation, where there is no more or less sorrow, no more or less any limitation, that is called hyperbole or exaggeration. A very simple and safer example of hyperbole is, it will take 10,000 years to praise thine eyes, thine forehead, and thy body. Means someone is telling to his beloved that it will take 1,000 times if he sits to pray her beauty. 1,000 years. Another example of hyperbole is that the love of 40,000 brothers cannot compare my love for you. Means 40,000 brothers cannot give the love to a girl which her husband or her lover may give it to her. So this is a simple and safer example of hyperbole which we find in poetry, which we find in plays, especially the verse plays written by T.S. Eliot or verse plays written by William Shakespeare. Though the verse plays written by William Shakespeare, it is called blank verse, means play without rhyme scheme. So you have seen what is hyperbole, exaggeration or extra statement which does not seems to be the realistic one, the real one, that is called hyperbole. Hyperbole and alliteration, these two are one of the most important literary devices used by most of the poets around this world. So when you read a poem, when you have to write the answers, you must have the clear-cut idea about the use of alliteration, the use of hyperbole. Thank you.